Thank you for joining Joy Ministries with Pastor Christopher Hale. Sundays at 6 p.m. on LICMC Radio.
You can also listen and see Joy Ministries live simultaneously with Pastor Christopher Hale on London, Washington Facebook, LICMC Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LICMC.net radio every Sunday at 6 p.m.
Well, hello, everybody, and good God bless you. I'm Pastor Christopher Hale, and I'm back here at home in the studio. We've been up and about the last few weeks. I think the time I was able to be with you, I think our chairman had made dinner for me, and I was at his place. And then I think lately, what I've been able to do is, I think we did our live service last Sunday, and you all were able to join us at the Carter Metropolitan CME Church while we celebrated Joy Ministry Sunday. So let me say good evening. I'm back home in the studio here, and here at the headquarters of our company. Just finished speaking with our chairman, Brother Alonzo Stalling, and he asked to be excused. He's at the theater. He's taking his kids to watch a movie today. I told him, I said, go right ahead. Our children need that good input nowadays. Our children need to see a strong father figure in their lives. So I thought that was awful nice for him to take his kids to the theater. So I don't know if maybe Dorothea will be joining us. I didn't really get a chance to converse about today's show with her, but usually she's kind of aware it's time to do the show, and I ain't told her not to be on. So hopefully she'll be joining us as we move throughout this evening. All right. I've got a lot of stuff to talk to you about and a lot of stuff to, I guess, bring to light, because we've been on this journey now, I think almost a full year. I think we started working with my producer, Sister London Washington, and the LICMC.net family almost a year ago. Well, I think it'll be a year in June or July. Well, this is June, so I think by coming in July, that will probably make us one full year where we've worked with this wonderful organization who has served with me side by side to spread the good news of when we started off with Luther LLC, which we are actually housed in the headquarters of Luther LLC. But we also have currently right now, we have Joy Ministries in which we're doing this show. But we're using the facilities of Luther LLC to do this show, and as well as to launch our ministry. So I want to let you know that next month, in the month of July, and I think some of August, we're going to be going down to a smaller abbreviated show. We won't be doing a full hour starting in July, but we will be doing a 30-minute show, but it still will be every Sunday at 6 p.m. Now, next month, our next show, I think the next 4 shows we will be, we'll have to start our fundraising campaign. And it's not a topic a lot of people like to talk about or even get into, but here at Joy Ministries, we are solely funded by donations. And when we set the ministry up, we were asked by the state, how do we plan on doing this? And we simply said, by donations and by the goodwill of people that see our cause and want to help support our cause. So I think my my job tonight, and we'll start off with tonight, and we'll go on in through the entire month of July, because we're in dire need of funding for the different ministries that we are trying to support. We also want to make sure that our bill is paid for this wonderful show that we're afforded by the licmc.net family. We want to be able to give them the proper funds for this wonderful, wonderful vehicle of communication. And I think this week we looked at some expansions that are taking place here in the licmc.net family, and I was able to sign a waiver to them, letting them know it's okay for me. You can show my wonderful image. You can use my voice, because we are trying our best to bring joy into this world, and we want to just have an option of joy. There's so many things going on, and we have so many options now, I think, in our lives. When I was a young guy, maybe in my 9-10-year-old times, it really wasn't that much to do on Sunday. So I get up early Sunday morning, and when we weren't able to go in town, I'll show you how far back that was. We lived out in the country, and some Sundays we could not go in town to our family church, which was the St. Thomas United Methodist Church. We were unable to make it in town, so a lot of the weekends we stayed out where we were in the country, and the only churches in that area were mostly Baptist churches. I remember coming to the Pleasant Hill Baptist Church, and then I think down the road a little piece was the Pine Grove Baptist Church. And man, when we didn't make it into the city to our church, those were the churches that I went to worship at. And who knew the music in that area at that time was so wonderful and so spirit filled. It was a part of my life. I didn't know I was getting it that good until now, when I've gotten older and gotten into the flow of life. I realize now that I was being exposed to some of the most purest form of gospel music, or the most purest forms of lining a hymn. In the Baptist church, they call lining a hymn, learning the Dr. Watts songs. But a lot of those things I grew up with. it. So we're here in Joy Ministries. We're trying to share joy in this most perilous time. And we are supporting different ministries. I spoke briefly with our producer before we came onto the air. We had a little bit of an issue coming on, because for some reason, my computer just wouldn't boot this program up. So we started with a brief conversation on what we've done all this year. And just to give you a little heads up on some of the charities that we have adopted and we are trying our best to support. If you all can go back to January, we've been doing one joy service per month, live in-house at the Carter Metropolitan CME Church. And some of them have been very well attended, and some have been just attended, which we still are encouraged by the Lord that He is going to make this Joy Ministry service and worship every fourth Sunday. We have a special guest each time. We have a special guest, and we are asking people to come out and help us spread joy. I think back in January of 2025, we introduced to you a couple of our good friends, Dr. Adrian Johnson and her husband, Attorney Joe Johnson. And they are doing some wonderful work over in the country of Africa and Ghana, where they are helping the women there who I think they've invented or they have invested into what is called a reusable sanitary napkin. And they've under a partnership with the students at Cass Technical High School here in Detroit, where they are teaching them and they're sewing how to make these reusable sanitary napkins, and all during the school year. The sewing classes at Cass Tech High School, the young ladies are making these sanitary napkins, and then in time, Sister Adrian, there she goes, Sister Adrian and Brother Joe go over to Africa to do that. This is called the Wahibra program. And this is one of the charities. This is one of the ministries that we support in Joy Ministry. Dr. Adrian and her husband came to be with them. I looked at the internet yesterday, and right now they are currently in Ghana. She's over there right now, taking care of some work with those wonderful people of Ghana. And that's just some of the pictures of things that they're doing. They have classes that they teach. That man is just amazing. And here at Joy Ministries, I'm trying my best to keep them encouraged for such a wonderful, wonderful work and a wonderful project. And she is going all over the country. I've watched her all this year since they started with me in January. Sister Adrian and her husband Joe have been all over this country. I mean, they've received awards and recognitions pretty much all over this United States. And I looked up one day, she was in Atlanta accepting an award for some project. And then a few months later, I saw he and she were in Birmingham, Alabama. That's my home, Alabama. And they were getting a recognition and honors for the work that they're doing over in Africa. And they're our own. Sister Adrian and Brother Joe were members of my home church when I pastored the Allen Temple CME Church on Kirchhoff. And they were members there, and their heart was in it. The mom, Mattie Johnson, God rest her soul. She was a great, great woman of God, also working very closely with the city of Detroit. She served in many capacities, and I think she told me that she served under at least 7 or 8 mayors, including the great Coleman Young and all of those. And she was very well known throughout the city structure. And we celebrated her retirement downtown, and we were able to take pictures, me and Sister Johnson, with the city council president at that time, which was Brenda Johnson. But we were there all the time, and we wanted to make sure that Sister Adrian and Brother Joe were well sponsored with some type of gift. So I'm going to be asking you, as we move throughout this season of fundraising, and what are you investing into? The other thing is that we were befriended. We already were friends with them. If you all remember, a few months back, before the new year came in, we interviewed a young lady by the name of Veronica Claiborne. And Veronica Claiborne has what is called the Detroit Diaper Bank. And she goes throughout this city providing care goods and diapers and some infant training, and as well as stuff like buggies. And oh man, yeah, she's done all kinds of stuff. She has helped with the right now they're doing adult diapers. She has recently opened up a hub here at our church where she's serving the seniors, men and women, the adult diapers. These are just pictures of things that we are supporting. We are trying to give them some funds. While there are other people doing things to help them, you can never not have enough to do that kind of work. And these things are all things that Joy Ministries is helping with. We are we want to make sure that all of this stuff that you're looking at, these are the things that you can do. You can get involved with them, or you can become a client if you have children, or if you're just a brand new mama and you need those types of supplies and your ends just aren't there. There's a form right there. You can go ahead and put it in and go on their website and let them know that you are challenged and you need help. And man, the Detroit Diaper Bank, I've been working with Sister Veronica Claiborne and the Detroit Diaper Bank for quite a while. I remember when she first started it off, she had just rented. No, she didn't rent it. We were working in a church, and she started getting diaper donations, and we would go take the diapers and put them in our youth church, and up in the areas where the Sunday schools weren't full, and we would use all that. And after a while, the space started getting too small for her, and I remember she said she had to go to the U-Haul facility and rent space there. And I think right now that's still where they are, but they've rented more and more space there at the U-Haul. And this Detroit Metropolitan Diaper Bank serves so many of our underprivileged young ladies and young ladies who are unable to. These are kinds of things that we are trying as Joy Ministries to keep a part of. We want to make sure that we can serve the people that listen to us, the people that work with us. We are trying our best to provide all of us with something that we can look at and say, look at what the Lord has done. And you can't help but feel a little bit of joy when you got your baby ain't crying no more because they dry and you got plenty of diapers on hand. And they have a training where they bring the stuff like the I don't know what they call those things, the rocking things they put the babies in, and man, they just provide it all. But she's working endlessly, tirelessly to provide care for the metropolitan community here in Detroit, and we are partnering with her to do that. Now, recently she gave us a gift. And I think I sent a picture of that. If we can show it, but we've been trying to find different ways to advertise in our community that Joy Ministries is at that location, and that, if there are people in the area. And she was able to call me over and say, I got something that you might be able to use. And she gave us 4 sandwich signs. There they go, that we can put outside of the facility that we're at Carter every 4th Sunday. And these are signs there. On one side, it has the joy emblem, and on the other side, it has the time of the day. These are just first steps. We are first steps. But these are wonderful gifts. And I thank God for her to give us that momentum and that motivation to keep going. And that is a wonderful gift from our sister, Veronica Claiborne, at the Detroit Diaper Bank. So now we've talked about Sister Adrienne Johnson and her husband, Joe Johnson, who are doing wonderful work over in Ghana, Africa. We've talked now about Sister Veronica Claiborne, who is doing the work right here in the Detroit metropolitan area to help supply needs for underprivileged mothers and those that need diapers in this hard time. And I don't have no babies, y'all, but I've been around a lot of people with babies, and sometimes that little pack of diapers can go so quick, and sometimes they be so high, and the babies go through them like it ain't nothing. So when I saw Sister Veronica had started that program, and I said, well, what a wonderful idea. And she has now moved on to even a higher level. But we want to continue to be a support to her and this wonderful ministry, because now, as I said, she's moved on from just not only taking care of the infants and the children of our metropolitan area, but now she's moved on to our senior adults, those of us who have leakage problems and stuff like that. We all know that some of us sometimes will need those kinds of things. And she has made it a wonderful, wonderful, and did in a dignified manner. I remember I didn't make it to the church, but I remember Pastor Swanigan called me and said to me that, man, you should have been here. Sister Claiborne had that thing together, how the people were able to just drive up and receive what they needed to get their diapers and their requests done. And I think she served several hundred that day. And that was just in that area. So people like that, we want to keep our hands held on. We want to lock arms with them. Sister Adrian and Brother Joe and Sister Claiborne. So now we're going to be sending a lot of our funds to them. Now, thirdly, we also have right here in our city the Michigan Veteran Foundation, right there on Grand River. And I worked there for just a brief period of time because the chairman was already a member, was already working there full time. And I had just kind of, oh man, after I went through all that medical emergency and stuff, he was trying his best to make sure I had some type of income before I was able to get my Social Security going. And I worked there a little part-time job, but while I was there, I noticed that the funds were being cut. And we went from one job to another job. And then in order to keep, we was more changes and stuff. And then finally, I found out near the end of my tenure there that some of the food budget had been cut. And where they used to have full hot breakfast every day, now they had mostly continental breakfast. And on Saturdays, it was probably a little less than continental. And I've called my former boss, who's Rahida DeBeja. We're going to probably have her on our show sometime next month because we're going to be asking people to help us and to help those charities that we are a part of. Now, I also want you to know, if you're looking at these numbers that are at the bottom of the screen, these are ways that you can help support Joy Ministries. Our largest campaign is the one that is taking us the longest to get to, and that is our Give Butter. Okay, now we're looking at some photos of our breakfast at the Michigan Veteran Foundation. I see something there. You click on some of them images. Yeah, well, you'll see them in a minute. We have a few photos that we took the last time that we were there to serve breakfast to our veterans. We served breakfast last month, a month before last month. We served a little over 50 of those veterans a full breakfast. Yes, that's Sister Ramona Sipes. She's one of our volunteers who came that morning and helped serve breakfast for the veterans there. And I think we had one of our chef for that particular time was Brother James Avant. And I think we saw a little bit of a picture of him earlier. And we'll get a chance to see some more as they're being brought up. But what we're doing at Joy Ministries is every fifth Saturday. We had to start slow because we didn't want to start off with a bang and then have to back up and give up later. But I told her I'd like to do every fifth Saturday in the year. So that gives us probably about 3 or 4. Well, it gives about 4 Saturdays per year. And I figure by next year, we may be able to do a 4th Saturday. I'm not sure yet. It all will depend on our donations. It will all depend on our donations. Right now, we're asking God to just increase and enlarge our territory. That's part of the kitchen there at the Michigan Veterans Foundation. When we get ready to get there, we have a full service kitchen there. And all of our volunteers, which we could use some more. We need some more volunteers to come in and help us as we try to serve those veterans here in our city who have served our country. We don't know what has happened with a lot of them. A lot of those people, the brothers there, are people that have been, when they got back here, there was no support for them. There was a lot of our veterans are homeless. A lot of people don't understand or believe it, but a lot of them are homeless. A lot of them sometimes still have issues, mental issues that need to be handled with the proper therapists, and some of them have addictions and problems that were acquired. But we're here. And I praise God for people like Rahita DeBeja and the veterans. Let's go, Brother James Avant. You all remember Sister Dorothea? That's her son. That's her baby boy, who was there to help us that morning with the breakfast at the Michigan Veterans Foundation. So we are. Oh man, we got all kind of things going on. But I'm gonna have to call you back. I'm on the air. All right. I'll call you back. Thank you. That's my sister calling me. She forgot I did the show for some reason, but we do a wonderful job every fifth Saturday there at the Michigan Veteran Foundation, and it has become a wonderful, wonderful event. Now, this fifth Saturday coming up will be in August. I think it's August the 30th. We are going to be serving breakfast once again to the men at the Michigan Veterans Foundation. And listen, it's going to be a double celebration because our chairman, Brother Alonzo Starling, that's his birthday. So I told him we'll just serve a nice, big, wholesome breakfast to the fellas and make sure there's plenty of fun. And we're going to celebrate our chairman's birthday that morning. And we can't invite you as a public. We can't invite you because it is a secure facility. But however, we will invite you to Carter Metropolitan that very next day. We will have a reception for our chairman after the morning service. So if you feel like you want to come and give him a little birthday gift, or if you just want to shake his hand and say, keep up the good work, brother, he will be there that morning. We're going to do that service. And then Joy Ministries is going to have a little reception for our chairman because he has worked with me as the founder of Joy Ministries and as the founder of Luther LLC. Has worked hand in hand throughout this entire process. And he's a young man, and you all seen him. You know him pretty well. And I thank God for a young man with that kind of determination and that kind of groundedness to be able to even take it. He hasn't fully accepted the full lead of the positions that he has, because I told you, he's still testing it out, and I'm still training at the same time. But when we're finished with him, he's going to have a wonderful, wonderful goal set for us, and we will all be able to move forward. So now you've heard that we support the Wahiba program with Adrian and Joe Johnson. You've heard that we support the Detroit Diaper Bank with Sister Veronica Claiborne. And you've also heard now that we support the veterans at the local Michigan Veterans Foundation on Grand River. Now, as you well know, we need funds. There's the ways that you can give are scrolling at the bottom of your screen right now. You can, I prefer, if you want to help us with something really quick, you can do it through Zelle or through Cash App. And Cash App is Joy Ministries 2024. And we have a Give Butter campaign. Now, my goal is to reach $10,000 by the end of August. What month is this? This is June. Oh, Lord. He said, just ask. And I'm asking to help us reach our goal of $10,000, to help us fund these projects, help us to be able to reach out to those people that we talk to you about on those ministries, because they are doing a great work. They are doing a great work. And Joy Ministries is here simply to say, keep going. We are encouraging you. Put a smile on your face. Don't let the worries of life get you down. Here's a little something to keep on with your work. Ain't nothing wrong with that, is it, y'all? All right, so I will ask you, if you don't have to do it today, if you can do it today, thank you. God bless you. But if you can't, we're going to be working and talking to you about all of this stuff. We're going to have some interviews within the next coming weeks as we move into the shorter time frame. We're going to have some more interviews, and they're going to tell you what they are trying to do and why we've joined hands with them to work with them, and how your donations can be a wonderful help to what we're trying to do. All right, so God bless you and thank you. I'm going to ask if we will have a few minutes. I got some songs I recorded a long time ago, and I don't want to just talk like crazy through this whole hour. I'd like to for you to listen to a song or two that I've recorded, and we're working on trying to get something new out there for you. How about that? We're working on trying to get a new project out there for you. Something my sister-in-law told me when she was here for my dad's birthday back in May, and she put the evil eye on me and said, I've been asking you to give me another album and give me some more songs. And I told her, I said, I will. I'm working on it. So I'm looking at some hymns. We might go back to the hymn book a little bit and pull out some of those good old standards, some of those songs that we don't hear no more. And everybody ain't gone that love that kind of music. It was some of us still here, and I want you to be able to have that in your hands. And hopefully even our younger people will be able to get to, as y'all said, vibe with it. Maybe y'all will be able to pick up something out of it and do what our young folks do. I don't want it to be no crazy music, but I'm asking God to help them, because there's a void in our musicianship. And it's not a void that we can blame anybody in particular on, especially our young folk. They just trying to do what they can do. But we who have been the gatekeepers, and we who are the ones who have set the standard, we stopped somewhere along the way, and we just started letting anything get past us. And now we've almost let the fire get out of control. And it's that time now for us to kind of stand up, put our arms around those that are trying, and say, no, baby, we in order to please the Lord and to make it holy, let's throw a little bit of this in it, a little bit of that in it. When you cook it, you just don't cook the dish, you put a little extra flavor in it. I used to tell my singers all the time, put a little seasoned salt on them notes. Stop playing them, singing them so plain and dry. Start putting a little garlic pepper on it. Let's make it taste good when you're putting it out there like that. All right, I'll keep talking, and I don't know if our producer has pulled up a song yet. I was trying to give him time to pull up something, and we'll come back to you in a few more minutes. But I want to take a little break myself and let you listen to some songs, and then we'll. God bless you.
Cold night.
me beside the still waters, and He guides me every step of the way. I know surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Oh, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Now when I walk through that dark, lonesome valley, I want my Savior, I want Him to walk with me there. Yes, I do. And surely His great hand will lead me to that mansion that He's going to prepare. I know surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Oh, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And I shall feast at the table and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. All right, that was a nice piece. I remember that several, I don't know how many years ago that was. You can probably tell I was a little younger at that time. And a brother, my good friend, Brother Kenneth Williams on the saxophone. We all drove down from my campus, which was, I went to school at Miles College and we lived on campus. Kenny lived with his parents there in Bessemer. And we met each other through musical allies. And I told him, I said, we're getting ready to do a concert down in Tuscaloosa at a church that I play for down there. And I want you to come and put some of that sax on it for me. And he kindly and graciously accepted and came there. Now, man, we had a wonderful, wonderful time. I think that was a recording taken from the North Central Youth and Young Adult Choir of the Alabama region. At that time, Sister Weta Brown and her mother, Dr. Alice Brown, were the leaders of the youth at that time. I don't know if they still are, but what a wonderful aggregation of young people. Man, we used to do the youth and young adult conferences where all the young people would meet in different cities. And I remember at that time, our bishop at that time was Bishop Richard Oliver Bass, appointed me the 5th Episcopal District music director. And I was teaching on at the college and doing the choir and all of that good stuff. And I didn't realize how large of a responsibility that I had, but they made sure that every weekend I would go throughout the state of Alabama, most Friday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. I'd go throughout the entire state of Alabama from Huntsville all the way down to Mobile, and then I sometimes go down into Florida, to St. Petersburg and Orlando, and we would have rehearsal with all of the churches that had young people at that time. And our goal was to put together a choir for the 5th Episcopal District, and we would all meet in St. Louis, Missouri, for the Youth and Young Adult Conference. And I had no clue of how many young people I had worked with that were heading to St. Louis, but we all got there. And I remember Dr. Brown, and at that time, my sister friend, Louita Brown, came to my hotel room. She said, well, I think the choir is ready for you to come and give them what you want us to do. And I went down, got on the elevator. We all got on the elevator, walked into this huge room filled with people, maybe hundreds of young people, and I looked at Rita, I said, well, where is our choir? And she laughed and looked around. She said, this is our choir. And I think we wound up, I know we had at least 500 young people. And I think we wound up being the largest choir in the district of all of the districts. The 5th Episcopal District at that time. I think we boasted at least 400 or 500 voices. And I remember one of the services they asked us to sing for, they had to break down the room and rebuild a larger stage to accommodate the choir. And man, what a wonderful and mighty time. I think at that time, Brother Kenneth Williams also accompanied us to that event. And man, what a wonderful time. But yeah, those are things that I think the Lord has allowed me to go through so I could be with you guys at this time and tell you that you got to keep on keeping on. Don't let what you see get you down. Because I'm thinking of a story in the Bible where the prophet was asleep, and he told a young man to go to the window and see what he said. He said, I see men, trees. And he told him, go back and wipe the window off and see again. And man, it was a wonderful thing. But God has allowed us to be in this time to simply say, it ain't what it looked like. I know that wasn't the best grammar to use on this type of medium, but I will simply say, there is joy in serving the Lord. And while we're going through all of this war and rumors of war and misleadership and people stepping down and stepping up and different things happening in our world, don't get dismayed. Be not dismayed. Whatever betide, God will take care of you. All right, now we're coming to a close, I think. No, we still got a few more minutes, but I simply want to say to you, God bless you. Now, I have a request. On yesterday, I was here at my home, and I had the doorbell ring, and someone came, and it was somebody that lived in our community, and she said the Lord had just directed her to my house to talk to me because they knew that I had pastored, they knew I was a pastor, a man of God, and she asked me to pray for her because the husband was a little teeter-tottering on the alcoholic side, and I don't know who needs to hear this, but there are people, hundreds and thousands of people that are going through this kind of thing. And I stood there on my front porch and I held hands with her, and we prayed right then and there for the Lord to give her the strength to deal with what she had to deal with, and then the wisdom on how to go about it, and then to give her the covering and the protection that she would need. And I'm going to ask those of you that have a praying spirit, that are prayer warriors. Uh, I asked for it this morning at the church. It's not important that we know her name and the whole situation, but I will ask that you just pray for every woman that may have a mate, a husband, or a spouse, or that are having problems dealing with alcohol. Because be honest with you, my folks, my mama used to tell us that we had Indian blood in us, and not to get to the brown liquor, because that brown liquor would make us act a fool. I'll be honest with you. And I think she's kind of right, because a lot of times our folks, we get on that as a dark, as they call it, and then we get to carrying on. And then there is serious sickness that enters into our lives when that type of thing is prevalent. And sometimes people do so much crazy stuff. But I will ask you, if you will, lift that sister in prayer, that the Lord will allow her to be strong enough to be able to be peaceful enough. Because, sometimes when people get full, anything will set them off. Anything. If you respond in a way they don't like, they're ready to fight. If it's anything going wrong. So I prayed for her yesterday when we prayed together. I asked for the Lord to give her a covering of peace, so that everything she's around would just calm down. And I'm up in my 60s now, and I can truly say I have never really had a fight with somebody. I grew up here in Detroit. I was 13 years old when I got here. And of course, during those times, there was a very heavy gang presence here in the city of Detroit. It wasn't too long after those riots when we arrived here. It was back in '72 that I got here. And man, it was one of the most remarkable things. And, the mindset of people was so demented and so crazy. I mean, when I lived in the South, water guns were just water guns. If you get hit with a water gun, you're just going to be wet, because it was hot down there. So water guns. But when I got up here, nobody really, well, I ain't going to say nobody, a lot of the people that I was around thought it was funny to put bleach in their water guns, to spray it on people and ruin their clothes. And that was a big funny thing to them. A lot of times I knew they were getting ready to do it. I said, no, I'll stay at home. They called me all kind of names, but I didn't really mind. But it was a very demented state. But we as Christians, we got to learn how to simply be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Because a lot of these things we can't change. There's nothing that we can do about it. But we can go to our Father in prayer, and he will hear our requests, and we'll move on it. I know that. I know that you're talking to somebody that, hey, I know it was the Lord. I know it was the Lord. And I don't want to try to say I'm holy or nothing like that, but I know who holds the future, and I know who holds my hand. And I encourage you to do the same, to lift that sister up in prayer, that the Lord would deliver her from that situation that she's in. She shared with me some other things, and I just kind of told her, it's a lot of stuff in our lives that we bring on ourselves. But once we yield and give it all over to the Lord, He'll do the sorting. He'll do it. I tell people all the time, the church has become too judgmental. We have become too rigid. God simply said, compel them to come. I'll do the separating from the wheat from the tare. I'll do all that. You don't have to do that. You just simply compel them to come, and he will handle all of the other things. I know everybody may not come pristine like we'd like for them to come, but we have to thank God for giving us that spirit so that others can see the light that's in us. All right. We are going to ask you to please help us with Joy Ministries. We got, as we move forward, we have started collecting some debts, and it's not anything that the Lord he won't give us too much, but I've got to ask for our help, for you to help us. And it scrolls every week we're here, ways that you can help us through Zelle. You can help us through Joy Ministries Cash App. You can help us through givebutter.com. And if you put those initials, those letters into your search engine, it will take you directly to our Give Butter campaign. Our Give Butter campaign is topped at $10,000. We are praying to God that we will be able to reach our goal by the end of August of this year. So we're going to be calling different people and asking for your help to help us to finance and give gifts to those persons that we have mentioned earlier, the Wahibra program that's based out of Ghana. We want to ask you to give us enough funds to help the Metropolitan Detroit Diaper Bank, who serves all of the Detroit metropolitan area with the single mothers and those mothers who are underprivileged. We're going to ask that you help us to finance the breakfast for the men at the Michigan Veterans Foundation. And when we get Sister Rahida DeBeja on sometime next month, we're hoping she will have another set of information to give to you if you want to donate to the Michigan Veterans Foundation. We also have the information for the Wahibra program as well as the Detroit Diaper Bank. Next week, we'll have that information up if you just want to donate to them directly. But if you would like to give it to Joy Ministries, that way we will take a little bit of what you give and spread it amongst those three. And we believe that God will bless them. We believe that God will allow them to even pour back into what we're doing. We want to encourage you to become a part of Joy Ministries. If you're interested in any way of participating with us, we can use ushers. When we have our service, Carter, we need people that will stand at the doors to welcome people in. You saw the signs that the Diaper Bank has given us. We're going to be we put them out there this past fourth Sunday. We'll put them out there again the next fourth Sunday. And we want people to be able to stand at those doors as people come in to welcome them into Joy Ministries. And that takes a person with a wonderful smile and a kind spirit. It is, and if you have that, if you're one of those people that like to say hello to people, please contact us. There's a number on the screen that you can give us a call, 290-1045, and let us know that you want to be a part of Joy Ministries. If you are a person that just likes to handle the financial end, we need ushers to help collect our offering when we have a general collection at the event. And a person that will be able to count and get our monies together and work with our finance team committee. So There are a lot of areas, even if you play an instrument, feel free to give us a call. I think as a minister of musical, Carter, I'm going to be getting ready to hire another musician, a keyboardist. I'm looking for a keyboardist. So if you are pretty good, and even if you are average and you can use a little extra help, I will be glad to join with you. If you have a desire to continue to play and you just kind of, you consider yourself an amateur keyboard player, that's okay. I'll take amateur keyboard players. I've worked with some great people, and I made them, through our working together, they become even greater. I think my last student that I really spent a lot of time with, I'm going to be using him to be the guest for one of our concerts coming up at Carter in September. And that would be my former student and friend now, Brother London Garrett, who is just becoming a musical icon here in the city. I see him playing here at different events that he's at, and I said, that's who I worked with. But he's done a wonderful job. But you'll get a chance to hear him because he's going to be with us in the month of September. We're getting ready to do a concert there at Carter, and we'll be having him on the show as well to help publicize what they're getting ready to do. Now, I'm going to say it again before we leave. The 5th Saturday in August, please feel free to come and join us at the Michigan Veteran Foundation. Give me a call. Let me make sure I can use you and be able to put you on our list so that you can gain admission. But that following day, the following Sunday, we will be celebrating our chairman's birthday after morning service at Carter. And we'd like to see you there. And we'd like to have you a part of our events. Now, I'm getting ready to get out of here. So I want to say to my producer, Ms. London Washington, who has been with us now. She's been a silent partner behind the scenes, making sure all of our information goes up and done in a timely manner. God bless you, Sister Washington. You are a wonderful force in the life of Joy Ministries, my life, as well as Sister Dorothea and Alonzo's life. We talk about you all the time. And the licmc.net family, God bless you all. Thank you for being a part of us. And we're going to be a part of you as long as you let us be. All right. To my family, my brothers, my sisters, and my dad, who frequents our joy service. Last service he was at. My dad is 99 years old, and he's still hanging out. And I praise God for that. So we want to say thank you. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you for joining Joy Ministries with Pastor Christopher Hale. Sundays at 6 p.m. on LICMC Radio.
You can also listen and see Joy Ministries live simultaneously with Pastor Christopher Hale on Lon Washington Facebook, LICMC Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LICMC.net radio every Sunday at 6 p.m.